Hello everyone, I'm Santiago, and today I'm gonna be testing Hunt Showdown Early Access on the Geforce GTX 750 Ti. For performance monitoring this time I won't be using cam due to Easy Anti-Cheat, which is the anti-cheat software this game uses, so in the meantime I'll be using MSI Afterburner. And if you want to support me, there are Humble and Amazon affiliate links down in the description. So Hunt Showdown Early Access, I'll be doing 1080p, 900p and 720p using both a G4560 and a Ryzen 3 1200. To skip to note those particular sections of the video, check the description below. First of all, I need to clarify this game is on early access. It just entered early access, so it should have a lot of improvements later down the line. So while on 1080p I overclocked the GTX 750 Ti, I added 200 MHz to the core and 400 MHz to the VRAM. And well, I just tested low settings for this one because anything over low settings was already below 30 frames per second. Low settings is unstable enough already, and I saw some graphical bugs here and there. It seems to be VRAM related this time around, but you see that some stuff doesn't load up correctly, especially trees in the distance, and sometimes there is some flickering in the shadows. So in my opinion 1080p in this case is not recommended. You can play on 1080p if you want, but you drop below 30 frames per second very often, and in this case it's more GPU related than anything else. But then I switched to 900p and I crank up the settings to medium. The GTX 750 Ti in that case is still overclocked, and well, you'll see that I stay over 30 frames per second more often on 1080p, but I still get drops below 30 when I'm shooting or something like that, when smoke shows up or fire or all that kind of stuff. And then I switch to 900p low and I turn off the overclock on the 750 Ti because I know that not everybody will want to overclock their GPUs. Well, on 900p low I saw more stability overall, but we have some other problem there. We are CPU bound in some parts. You'll see that the GPU usage will drop quite a bit sometimes, but at least on 900p low it feels more like a playable experience. The frame times aren't consistent there, but at least I feel that you can at least do something in the game. And finally I switched to 720p, and there I'll show you high, medium and low. But you notice that the frame times are very inconsistent and the GPU usage can drop very drastically. That's because of the CPU. I mean, the game is not properly optimized yet, but on this game I'll use at least a quad-core CPU. So yeah, you can play at 30 frames per second with the G4560, but you get some uneven frame times, so it will be very difficult to aim and all that kind of stuff. So I'll test 720p medium and low once again by using a Ryzen 3 1200 with a 3.9 GHz overclock, and you'll notice that the frame rates are way more stable. Still not perfect, don't get me wrong, but it's a much better experience. The GPU usage is a little higher, so you stay over 30 frames per second more often with some drops every now and then, but it's still way better than on the G4560. Obviously 2 cores 4 threads versus 4 cores 4 threads, but on this game it's much more noticeable than others. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you keep enjoying the video, thanks for watching and see you next time.